Hey everyone, it's Christina. So I am gonna do a weekly vlog this week. Maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks, I don't know, we'll see. But how are you guys doing? I hope you guys are all doing well. It's the week of the 20th. I think today's the 20th. So it's Monday, June 20th. And I am fixing to head out. I have class today. But I want to stop at Target to pick up a coffee from Starbucks because the Starbucks that's close to us doesn't open up till 10. I don't know what's going on with them and why they're opening up so late, but yeah, they're not opening up till 10. So yeah, I have to go and get me a coffee because I am so sleepy, which is crazy because yesterday I pretty much slept all day long, and I probably could have slept even longer, but I knew I had to get up and eat something and made sure like everybody else ate. But yeah, it's been a very chill weekend. My brother came into town with his girlfriend, and we just hung out here. We watched Stranger Things. We got him into Stranger Things. And Saturday we were supposed to go out, but I've mentioned this to him before, I'm not a club and bar person anymore. It's just not something that I enjoy doing anymore. I don't miss it. I don't ever crave it. If I want to drink, I'll have a drink here at home. Or if we're out and about and like we eat somewhere, then if I feel like drinking, then I'll have a drink there. But yeah, they ended up going out. So him and his girlfriend ended up going, and me and David just stayed home chilling. I was just on TikTok, really relaxing because I felt so lazy. So yeah, it was a pretty lazy weekend, which I haven't had one of those in a very long time. I feel like I'm always busy on the weekends, during the week, all the time. So it was nice. I will let you guys know what I plan on reading when I get back from class because I don't feel like getting up to get the books. I know for sure I want to try and finish or read more of House of Sky and Bread by Sarah J. Maas. I don't know when I'm gonna finish this book. I feel like I'm always pushing it off to read other stuff. I mean, that's exactly what I do. So hopefully I can read a little bit of that today. I only have like one graphic novel or manga that I want to read, that it was part of my like TBR for the month, and after that, like, I'm done with all the books that I wanted to read for this month. I do have another book that I recently picked up from the library called The Push, but I'll show you guys whenever I get back. It sounded super interesting. It's a psychological thriller. So I wanted to pick it up and see if it's something that I would enjoy. It sounds really interesting, so yeah, I'll share with you guys that when I come back. I just wanted to hop on and start this vlog and say hey, hello, and whatnot. So I'm gonna actually get my keys. My bag's already in the car, and go head to Target to go get me a coffee, and I will see you guys a little bit later. Hey guys, so I wanted to hop on and talk with you guys because it's the next day and I haven't updated you guys at all. Yesterday was kind of a not so good headspace day for me. Today's definitely better. I still do feel pretty exhausted, but I don't feel like the way I did yesterday, which is a good thing because yesterday I felt super overwhelmed and was starting to get in a very like worthless headspace, like I'm like not doing what I need to do enough, or I'm not doing enough. So yeah, today I feel better. Like I said, I'm still a little exhausted, but I wanted to hop on and share with you guys the books that I want to try and finish for the month. Now, at first I only had 2 books to finish for the month, but I kind of added a couple more books for this month. So now my list is kind of got a little bit more bigger than I anticipated, but it's whatever. For sure though, I want to try and read as much as I possibly can of this book. If I can finish it this month, I will be extremely happy and excited, but if I can't, I at least want to try and get halfway, so that way next month in July, maybe I can finish it in July. But yeah, it's time for me to finish this book because I've been reading it since February. So, well, was it February? I think we actually started in March, but still, Even though I picked it up in February, it, it's been a while, so it's time for me to pick her up and read her and try and finish her. So this is one of the books that I want to try and finish for this month, but I'm not going to be too hard on myself. If I can get halfway, then I'll be happy for that. Next book I want to try and finish this month is Girl Interrupted by Susan Kaysen. Also, sorry for the angle. I have y'all propped up on another book, so that's why it's like angled this way. But anyways, I've seen the movie a million times and I absolutely love the movie, but I heard somewhere or read somewhere that the book is actually better than the movie. So I wanted to pick up the book and see if maybe that's true. I'm on page 39 of this, and so far I don't see how this book is better than the movie. If anything, I feel like the movie is better than the book. I've always wanted to read the book though, because I wanted to get a little bit more insight on like the characters that are in the movie. If you've ever seen this movie, it's about a teenage girl who gets put into a mental hospital after trying to commit suicide. And while she's there, she befriends other girls that are in there for other reasons. And some of them are just, very troubled. So, yeah, I really wanted to get backstories on all the characters, because I just wanted to understand why they were in there, even though I know they're troubled, but I wanted to know their story a little bit more. So I was hoping to get that from this. I don't know if I will, because it kind of like briefly goes over each girl that she meets in there. It doesn't really give full on details. It gives like a small little detail and then it just like moves on to the next. So I'm like, the movie kind of did the same. So yeah. The next book I want to try and pick up this month is Love and Other Disasters by Anita Kelly. So I think this is supposed to be sapphic, if I'm not mistaken. If not, I know it does have some type of LGBTQ plus representation in it. So I wanted to pick this one up and see what it's about, see if I'll enjoy it. I haven't really heard much about this book, so I'm just curious to see if it's something I'll enjoy, because it is Pride Month still, and I kind of want to still read books that are representation of the LGBTQ plus community, or even like the authors. So interested in this one. Can't say I'm excited, but I'm intrigued. I'm interested. The next book I am actually excited to pick up because it sounded so interesting whenever I heard about it. So I went to the library and I picked The Push by Ashley Audrain. This is supposed to be a psychological thriller. It's about a mother who has a daughter or a baby. I don't know if it's a girl or a boy. She has a baby, and she basically feels like the baby, there's something wrong with the baby. Like, I want to say evil, like something's just not right with the baby. So I don't know, it just sounded really interesting, I'm not gonna lie. So if you want to like look it up and see what it's all about, like definitely do that, because I don't think I'm doing the best at describing why I want to read it. But the whole mother being disconnected from the child because she feels like something's wrong with it caught my attention. So I actually have this one on audio as well as this one, so hopefully that'll help me get through these books quick. So yes. The last one that I want to try and read for this month is Goodbye My Rose Garden by Dr. Peperico. I don't know, but this is what it is. It's a manga, and I'm pretty sure I can definitely read this really quick. And this is volume 2. I don't know if I said that. I've already read the first one, so this is supposed to be sapphic. That's all the books that I want to try and finish for the month. So hopefully I can get it done. It's Tuesday the 21st, so I have a little bit of time if I dedicate a lot of my time to reading, and while I'm cleaning and doing like cooking and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure I can listen to the audios that I have for the other two. For sure I do want to sit down and like dedicate my full attention to The Push, because this one I feel like is going to be a really good one. I have high hopes, very high hopes. I'm feeling 5-star for this one, but we shall see. But that's it for this update, you guys. I'm gonna sit down and read a little bit, and I will probably see you later, if not tomorrow. But yeah, that's it. Guys, so it's been a couple days since I last updated you guys. I think the last time I spoke with you guys was on Tuesday or Wednesday, I don't remember. It's currently Saturday, and yeah, this is what I'm looking like. It's like going on 2, I think, in the afternoon, or maybe 3, I don't know. But I've been kind of just lounging around since I got up like around, I want to say like close to 11. Got up. Then me and my son went to McDonald's to go pick up something to eat. My girls were still asleep, so it was just me and my son. And then after that, I just kind of been laying around. I've been reading House of Sky and Breath. I think I'm on chapter 17 right now. And I'm reading it through my Kindle because honestly, if I held the book up and read the book, my wrist would be broken because that book is fucking big. But anyways, I just wanted to kind of share with you guys a couple books that I've accumulated during this week. Most of them were given to me by my daughter's girlfriend's mom, so yeah, I appreciate the fact that she passed them down to me before she went to go like resell the rest of her books to half-price books. She asked me first if I wanted any of the books that she was giving away or going to go sell, so I said, yeah, you know, I'll give a try. I'll give a few of those books a try. And by a few, I mean like a stack. This is what I got. The first one is No Exit by Taylor Adams. So I think this is supposed to be a thriller. I don't remember, I do remember hearing about this book on BookTube, but I don't remember who was talking about it. I think it was like a time that I was doing a thriller search, like a psychological thriller search or thriller recs in general. And this book was like one of the books that somebody talked about. I can't remember. But yeah, so I just decided to pick it up and see what it's all about. Hopefully it's not one of those thrillers that I do not like, that are like creepy, scary, you know. Hopefully it's more of a psychological type of thriller, but who knows, we'll see whenever I do pick this one up. If you've read any of these books, like, let me know so I know, and also let me know if you liked them or not, you know. Anyways, I also decided to get Big Little Lies by Leanne Moriarty, I don't know. So I've actually been wanting to pick up books by this author for a couple years now. I just never do. Again, it was one of these books, it was one of the books that somebody talked about on their channel, and I just never got around to picking up any of this author's work. But I do remember from a while back when I did hear about this specific author, her books were pretty good, so that's why I wanted to pick them up, but I never got a chance to, so I can't wait to jump into this one. The cover is pretty. I like that this is like a broken lollipop. It's just very colorful. I don't know exactly what's in store for me. I think The Husband's Secret was the one that I wanted to pick up from this specific author, but nonetheless, like, I'm excited for this one. Another book I picked up is Rock Paper Scissors by Alice Feeney. This one was actually recommended to me by my daughter's girlfriend's mom. She wanted me to read this. She said that I would probably really enjoy it since I like enjoyed The Silent Patient. So I definitely will take her recommendations into consideration because she's the one that actually gave me Verity by Colleen Hoover. And I actually really enjoyed that one, so definitely am gonna take her recommendations very seriously because that one I was obsessed with, and I want everybody to read it because I was obsessed with it. But yeah, another book that I picked up from her is The Girl in the Mirror by Rose Carlile. This was another book that I saw on another booktuber's channel. Again, whenever I was doing my thriller search, psychological thriller search, they did talk about this one, and I thought it sounded really interesting. So the only thing that they did say was the ending of this was not all that great, but nonetheless it was still a book worth reading, so excited for that. The next book was another recommendation by my daughter's girlfriend's mom, and this is The Therapist by B.A. Paris. Again, this was something that she recommended to me. She said she thought I would like it, so she said you can have my copy because I don't like hardcovers, and she had already repurchased it in like paperback or something like that. So yeah, I decided to just go ahead and take it off her hands and give it a try because I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I'm kind of like in a psychological thriller kick at the moment. I haven't been reading a lot of fantasy lately, which is crazy. You know, I'm considering like the fact that my whole bookshelves are mostly fantasy. But yeah, I've been really into like fiction, psychological thrillers, romance, all that goodness. So I don't know, my reading taste has changed a bit this past month, where I've mostly been reading like, actually the past 2 months, where I've mostly been reading anything but fantasy. So it's been interesting, and I've been really enjoying it. And this is another one that I'm excited to get to. And the last book I never thought I would pick up because I heard kind of mixed things about it. But a lot of people also talk like really good things about it. So it's kind of like up in the air. I don't know. I don't know exactly how I feel about it, but since she was getting rid of it, she decided to just throw it in the bag for me, and that is Where the Crawdads Sing by Delilah Owens. So I heard this is like based on true events, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm interested to see what this one's gonna be all about when I do pick it up. Like I said, she just threw it in the bag for me. It's something that I definitely wouldn't have picked up on my own, but since she threw it in there, maybe I'll consider reading it to see what it's all about. I know that there's a movie coming out, and it's part of Reese Witherspoon's book club, so we'll see. I don't know, I could be getting it all wrong, but we'll see about this one. And the last book she gave me is Missing the Dust Jacket, which is fine. It's fine. It's called Little Secrets by Jennifer Hillier. Let me see if I can. So maybe you guys can go look it up and see if it's a book that you would be interested in. I think this is like another thriller book. I know she's really into thrillers, so that's fine. Like, you love what you love. I just appreciate the fact that she's recommending me stuff that she liked and she thinks that I will enjoy. So yeah, this is another one that I need to look into to see exactly what it's all about, but nonetheless, I'm grateful that she thought about me and sent this my way. So yesterday I went to Barnes and Nobles and I got a couple books. They had like another buy one get one half off, and some of the books that were actually on the table I was really interested in. They had most of the Taylor Jenkins Reid books as buy one get one half off, and since I pretty much own all of them already, or the ones that are like available in store, except for like 2, which was Daisy Jones and the Six and One True Loves. So I picked up One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and this one sounded so interesting and also like heartfelt. My friend is actually reading this with her book club. I'm not reading it with them because I want to read this on my own time, you know, like I just don't, even though like her book club is not like pressurable, like I don't feel pressured when I'm reading. I just want to pick this up whenever I'm ready to pick it up. I've been in that kind of vibe lately where I'm just picking up books that I truly want to pick up, and I've been really enjoying it and just really dedicating my own time to it. So I'm excited for this one when I do pick it up. Like I said, it seems very heartfelt, very sad, and I feel like it's gonna be an emotional one. So I can't wait to pick it up whenever I do pick it up. The next one was the other buy one get one half off, and that is The Messy Lives of Book People. This one also seemed really interesting. It's about a lady who is a maid and she wants to be an author. Like, that is her big dream, is to be like an author and publish books and stuff. And then she gets this opportunity to go work for her favorite author of all time, to like be her maid. And when this author passes away, she leaves in her will that her maid will promise her to ghostwrite the rest of her stories. So this is like a big opportunity for her, and she takes it, and her and the author become really close friends. And the last book is Dating You, Hating You by Christina Lauren. This cover is so gorgeous. It's definitely giving me summer vibes for sure. It makes me want to sit at a beach and read this book, even though I probably won't ever do that because I do not like the sun, I do not like the heat. But still, it's giving me that vibe for sure. I wish it was warm enough but not hot enough for me to go like have a picnic outside with my little umbrella and lay in the grass. But like, let's be real, I'm not gonna do that if it's fucking hot outside because that's just not my vibe. But I've been wanting to get into Christina Lauren's books, like their other books. I've only read Love in Other Words, and I really enjoyed that one. I really did. But I want to pick some more books up from them. It's just very 50-50 with their books. Some people enjoy them, some people don't. Some people say they're not all that great, and some people say that they are. So it's very hard for me to pick up the ones that will probably be good reads. One thing about me is I'm not very big on like insta-lovey type of romances. It just does not do it for me. I have to have some kind of build up, so that's what I really struggle with when it comes to wanting to read romance, because I don't like the insta-lovey. It kills my vibe really bad. I want some type of build up, so I'm hoping this will not let me down. But if you are a fan of Christina Lauren, please let me know down below, like, what is your favorite books from them, so that way I can pick them up and give it a try, because I really want to get into this author. Like I said, I loved Love in Other Words. I loved that one so much. And I thought it was really good. It was a really good read, and it was a little sentimental, or I got a little emotional on that one as well. So yeah, if you have any Christina Lauren recs, drop them down below. If you have any other psychological thriller recs, drop them down below. So yeah, what are you guys reading this summer? What are you excited to read for this summer? And what has been your go-to genre as of recently? So yeah, that's it for this update. I will see you guys maybe a little later. We'll see. Hey guys, real quick before I go to bed, I wanted to update you guys on my read. So I am currently reading House of Sky and Breath by Sarah J. Maas. I just finished chapter 21, so I'll be starting 22. I don't know if I'll start it tonight. I'm fixing to go lay down, so I'll probably try and read it. I don't know, or I'll just wait till tomorrow. But I wanted to hop on and share with you guys what I've read, so because I thought it was pretty funny. So if you haven't read book 1 or 2, like, don't even watch this update because it's going to be some kind of spoilers. So in book 1, okay, first of all, let me say this. Hunt and Bryce officially have had their first time since their first time, if you know what I mean. So like in book 1, they try to be intimate with each other, but it was an epic fail. So when I was reading chapter 21, this is their time where they decided they're going to try again. But Bryce pretty much says, like, I want to be the one to pleasure you first until I get my fill. So she wants to satisfy him enough to where he's satisfied. It'll make her satisfied, is pretty much what I got from it. So not only did they agree to try it again, they also have a house guest who is a wolf. So his name's Ethan, and he was actually one of Danica's pack of wolves little brother. So I mean, like, he's one of Bryce's best friends as well, but like his brother was in love with Bryce, and he was actually one of the wolves that died along with Danica and the other pack of wolves. But yeah, so he's living there at Bryce's apartment, and mind you, like, Bryce's room is on this side of the house, and his room that he's staying in is like on the opposite side. So, you know, it's pretty good distance from each other, but because he's a wolf, he has heightened hearing and sense of smell, like, you know. So Bryce knows this, obviously, and she tells Hunt, like, we can't do anything because Ethan is here and he'll hear and smell everything, so it'd be impossible for us to be quiet. Even if we are quiet, like, he's still gonna pick up on our scent. But Hunt is like, it doesn't matter, like, we should at least try. So that's what they do. Bryce is doing what she has to do to fully satisfy Hunt, if you know what I mean. And after she's done and he happy ending, it's super quiet and Ethan is like, please have sex a little louder. I didn't hear everything that time. So the whole entire time that Bryce is doing this to Hunt, he has his hand over his mouth and he's severely like trying to muzzle down any kind of noise that's coming out of him. And I think it's so funny that even though they were trying to be quiet, Bryce already knew like there is no way. So she literally says like, we're just gonna go ahead and rent like a cheap sleazy motel or whatever. So while like Hunt is in a state of shock and awe because his fantasies were nowhere near what the reality was gonna be like. So he's just like laying there unable to move because of and he whispers in her ear, I'm going to use senseless. And as soon as he's done telling her this, Ethan again chimes in. He's like, that sounds medically dangerous. So I'm over here laughing because I'm over here feeling the bounce like, oh wow, wow, with them. And then all of a sudden, as soon as they're done, out of nowhere, they hear somebody from across the house yelling like, please be a little louder next time, Darren, because I didn't get to hear everything. So I'm just like, what the fuck? It was so funny. So I just thought that was funny and I wanted to share that with you guys because I really thought that was hilarious. That really perfected the chapter. But yeah, I don't know. I'll probably go lay down and read chapter 22 before I fall asleep. But I just wanted to hop on and share that with you guys. So hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys later. Hey everyone, so I wanted to hop on real quick to end the vlog for the week. It's currently Sunday and it's already nighttime and I haven't really done anything today. I slept most of my day away since I was up pretty early and then I read a little bit. I'm gonna sit here and read a little bit more before I go to bed. I'm still currently reading House of Sky and Breath, but I think tomorrow I'm gonna start something new just to kind of keep my mind wanting to read House of Sky and Breath. So far it's still pretty good. Even though it feels like it's long, I have been enjoying everything that's been going on. So yeah, I'll probably start a new weekly vlog tomorrow since it's Monday. So hopefully you guys are excited for that. And then I also want to film a vanity clean out video. So I don't know when that's gonna go up, but hopefully I can get that going tomorrow. It's probably going to be in parts though, because I have, you know, a decent amount of stuff that I do need to look through and get rid of. But yeah, I just wanted to hop on and tell you guys good night. Thank you guys for watching this week's vlog. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully I shortened it down enough so that way you don't get too bored. But yeah, it's been a week, not gonna lie. It's been emotional, but I'll talk about that tomorrow. So yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.